Thank you for your time. I'm going to ask the question already, so makarami po tayo. Why did the Makabayan Bloc not show up during the Senate hearing last November 3?
Thank you again, and good morning, Pinky. I think that is not entirely correct. No, we sent a representative, our lawyer, Attorney Manika Sarsa, and who read
Yes.
our joint statement, no, from the Makabayan Bloc. And in that statement, we cautioned, in fact, the committees, the committee headed by Senator Lacson, not to allow this Senate hearing to be used as another venue for a spectacle, no, of presenting wild statements from supposed witnesses who cannot even present credible evidence. No, just like what happened last year, I think, no, when they conducted a hearing for the alleged kidnapped youngsters. No? And another reason, Pinky, was that during that time we were already scheduled, no? Overtaken by events because of the typhoon Rolly. We have to go to some places, no, to join in the relief missions of our organization. So I guess that's the real reason. No? We are not saying that we are running away from these wild allegations, no? But in fact, we did already stated our clear position on this through our joint statement. Thank you.
But couldn't it have been a missed opportunity, Congressman? I do know that you sent your lawyer, and I did also read the letter you sent Senator Ping Lacson. A part of that even said that basically ay yung magamit ang Senado para sa red tagging and I think terrorist tagging. May ganun pa pong mga salita. But it could have been an opportunity where the Makabayan congressmen could have faced the government officials, government security officials.
Well, we didn't take it as a missed opportunity. In fact, if you're referring to these government officials, we have been meeting this and confronting this government official for several instances. No, the latest of which was during the budget hearing. They have been raising the same question, the same issues. No, and when we challenge them to present credible evidence, they will just throw unsubstantiated allegations, red tagging just anybody else, no? And in fact, I saw your interview yesterday. Inaamin naman din nila, no? Na we are not doing anything illegal as members of the Bloc. And
in Congress,
mga,
yes.
Yes, in Congress, no? But even outside of Congress, no? Our record is very clear. Our record will speak for itself, no? And for example, personally, this is my third term in Congress. Wala naman hindi naman tayo nasangkot na sa kung anong anomalyo dyan at kung anong sinasabi nilang criminal activities. Truth to tell, they filed, of course, they filed charges against us several times. But all of these cases, ay na-dismiss ng korte or kung hindi man ng korte, ng Office of the Ombudsman or ng Department of Justice.
DOJ, yeah. Right. One I remember was that of Nery Colmenares, who that complaint was also dismissed by the DOJ. Since you were able to watch the interview yesterday, yun nga po yung tinanong ko kay Secretary Esperon. Sabi ko, meron po ba silang ginagawang illegal in Congress? Which he said, wala naman po. Kasi then I went on further to ask him, you know, if there are these allegations of, because they stand by this allegation that the Makabayan Bloc is connected to the CPP, NPA. So, ang sinasabi ho kasi nila, there is this group, particular group, has a subgroup, and then that group, the party list group, is actually being used wittingly or unwittingly. That's how he explained it to us, Congressman.
That's the problem, Pinky. No? They kept on saying this. Actually, hindi na ito bago. No? General Esperon, during the time when he was, I think, the Army Chief, and in fact, Chief of Staff, during the time of the former President Arroyo, they have been doing all these things. No? Kasi ang Makabayan Bloc has been in Congress since 2001. Wild allegations like this have been thrown in the past. At that's the danger dyan, Pinky. Wala silang evidensyang credible evidence na maibigay, and it resulted to what? Killings, no? Disappearances, and Trump up charges filed against them, the Batasan 6, no? At lahat na ito na-dismiss. At ngayon, ang nakikita natin, I think they are just setting the chatter, no? Political chatter, so that eventually, dahil nasasaktan sila na nandiyan ang Makabayan Bloc sa Congress, doon sa paggamit nila to weaponize the terror law, no? Either through proscription or through designation. And I heard, in fact, Secretary Esperon saying that mawawala ang Makabayan Bloc sa Congress, no? And I think this is what is happening now. And the danger here is they cannot present evidence in court, no? Yung mga kaso nila ay na-dismiss. So they will go to the shortest possible way, through designation under the anti-terror law. And remember, itong mga nasa nagre-red tag na ito, itong nasa National Task Force to End the Local Communist Armed Conflict are the same, no? Some of these individuals are also members of the Anti-Terrorism Council. So, yun na yung sinasabi namin noon nung nilalabanan natin sa plenaryo itong terror law na ito, that they cannot make this terror law will just be weaponized against critics, against members of the opposition, and even ordinary individuals. And this is now happening, Pinky.
In fact, I was asking him about the surveillance because General Parlade had confirmed that the Makabayan Bloc, they're conducting surveillance activities with the Makabayan Bloc, which was also confirmed by Secretary Esperon. And then they went on to say that hindi to yung kailanang court order. Ang tinawag po nila dito ay manual surveillance. And I kept asking Secretary Esperon, ano ba yung manual surveillance? Are you at all concerned, or is this nothing new, that there is surveillance activities being conducted on your group?
Well, while we have been suspecting that all along, Pinky, no, now from the horse's mouth, no, they are now admitting that we are being placed under surveillance. Of course, we are concerned, no. Ito nga lang ang masama rito eh. Sinasabi nila wala kaming ginagawang illegal, no. Tahasan, sinasabi naman nila na we are under surveillance, no. We play with words. Secretary Esperon saying no, they're just we are just monitoring them. No? But again, no, this is clearly harassment. No? We are duly elected, the representatives of our people. Why place us under surveillance if we are not doing anything illegal? No? And if indeed they suspected us of doing something, then they should go to the proper venue, file the necessary case against us. But until now, no, as I have said, they cannot present even credible evidence against members of the Makabayan Bloc, and for that matter, doon sa ibang mga nire-red tag nila, terrorist tag, no? So, napansin lang kasi namin, Pinky, no, and I just have to point this out. Nag-intensify yung attacks on us when we exposed that this task force ay meron siyang pork barrel sa 2021 budget, no? From a 600 million budget for this year, next year they are allotted 19 billion.
19 billion. Yes, 19 billion.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I remember that, Congressman, because you flagged that, your group flagged that budget of the NTF LCAC.
Yes, because nakapagtataka, that to say the least. And in fact, shocking. We are in the middle of a crisis aggravated by this pandemic, and here you have a task force, not even a regular agency, allocated 19 billion. No? Samantalang, ang DOH, for example, tinapyasan yung ibang appropriations nila. We only allocated 2.5 billion for the vaccine next year. No? Ang DTI, for example, tinapyasan yung pondo nila para doon sa microfinance ng ating mga natamaang micro and small and medium enterprises. No? Yung One Town, One project,
Yes.
from 100 million, ginawang 90 million. No? So, kaya we flag this down. No? Talagang, even if they deny it, very clear. No? Pork barrel ito, they have their own menu. Sila yung mag-approve. No? Kaya, after that, naging wild na yung mga accusations. No? Kung ano-ano na lang na pinaratang sa amin, and even coming from these perjured and paid supposed witnesses that they presented in the Senate.
Ito po si Mr. Jeffrey Celis. You're referring to Jeffrey Celis?
Yes, no, because from his own mouth, he admitted that he's a perjured witness. No, from claiming that he's
So,
a student of UP and a member of this so-called this organization. Then when he was outed as a drug protector in Iloilo City, he again changed his story. No, so again, ito lang yung napoproduce nila, no, mga wild accusations from perjured witnesses, no, and of course we will not take this sitting down. These people will be made accountable eventually, no, in our legal processes, Pinky.
How so? How so, Congressman? How will you hold them accountable?
Well, we're studying a lot of everything, no, legal means. In fact, we did file cases already against some of these officials who are involved in terrorist tagging, no? And eventually, even these perjured witnesses, no,
right.
Kailangan kasing itong state of impunity will be stopped, no? All of this red tagging, terrorist tagging, because meron itong mga dire consequences sa Pinky, no? And the worst case, alam naman natin, a lot of our colleagues were assassinated, no, just because they were unjustly tagged as terrorists by some members of the security sector.